Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to be that guy, but you're using cars wrong in Warzone. Not all of you, but most of you. This video might be very trivial for some, but it's very important for most of you. We're going to be talking about cars. We're going to be talking about how to use cars correctly for scouting. And no, cars are not actually meant to drive over people. Yes, you can use them for that reason, but there's a way bigger reason why to use cars, and it's especially the third-person perspective and the insane scouting aspect that you can do with these cars. We're going to do some life tests. We're going to be driving around Verdansk. We're going to pinpoint things that you might not notice or have noticed already, just to visualize you the power of what cars can actually do for you in the Warzone and how they can elevate your gameplay, and especially elevate your gameplay together with your friends. Let's go down on the cars first. We have 4 different cars that matter. The helicopter we're going to leave out of here because we're about cars and the TVP vision the cars grant you and how to use them for scouting. So with the ATV, I would rather disadvise you to not use the ATV. That thing gets you just beamed off it. It's so easy to snipe someone. It's so easy to just laser someone down from it. Yes, it has a nice turning radius, but the TAC Rover is a bit safer there. It's harder to laser someone out of it with your beaming gun, and at the same time, it still has a nice turning radius, and especially it has a very good speed. The SUV is probably the even safer option. Yes, you can just get shot out of it, and the snipe is also easy still, especially when you're using FMJ. And then last but not least, the cargo truck, my personal favorite, has a shitty turning radius. It can be hard to run people over there. It's kind of predictable in its movement, but it survives at least a couple of grenades, so it doesn't go straight away down. One C4 doesn't pump it down. One Sumtex doesn't pump it down. People can spray it like crazy. You can't really get sprayed out of it. It's possible though, and the sniping out of it only works reliable when you're using FMJ. Yes, you can without FMJ snipe someone out of it, but it's hard and you gotta hit exactly that one sweet spot. Those are our 4 cars we're having, but how we're going to use them now on Verdansk to our favor to actually dominate and get the most out of it. Let's dive into a plunder game and pinpoint some things out for you. The thing about cars is obviously as you swap into them, you go from your first person perspective to an all-seeing around eye third person perspective. But how are you using that third person perspective? Because I can assure you most of you probably use it now to find people and just drive them over. But the most important part is you gain knowledge with them. When you can see that this Jimmy is here that you might have not seen in first person perspective. But the most important part is that you just get the supreme overview for all your teammates. So you're playing quads and you're currently in hangars. Well, grab the car and tell them there is 2 people in hangar 1 because you can see complete hangar 1. There is 1 guy hiding in the small shack on the marker. There is another 3 people in hangar 2. You can see into the airplanes just as you're driving by to know if someone's hiding in there. You can look into that window up there, see the whole room almost. So you can tell your whole team what's happening and where everyone is, and at the same time run them over if needed or not. You can see behind walls. Like your teammates are running up to this wall, but you can actually see behind them. You could know if anyone or a whole team was running alongside this wall or hiding alongside this wall. You can look into the tube, and you can be like, oh, yeah, he's hiding behind the counter. Well, I can see his gun poking out there. Good. And this is the supreme knowledge and the absolute expert scouting you can do with cars, and that elevates your gameplay to the next level. Because this works for solos, this works for duos, this works for quads and trios, every game mode. And especially in these buildings, it's such a stark advantage. You know how annoying these buildings are to push, or how they're to look into. If there's a ghost in there, you can just drive by, bang the window obviously, check if anyone is upstairs. You can see everything upstairs. You can drive up to this building here with the many windows to look into there. You can, for this barn for example, we all know how stupid it is to push into this barn because someone might just be hiding on top of the stairs or behind the corner peak. Well, hey Jimmy, he's right side behind the wooden shelf. Yeah. Oh, he's sitting in the back room, prone there. Good to know. But not only do you have the supreme vision, a car allows you for bonus gameplay. You're going to drive up your car, you can jump on the car, boom, through the window, bam, straight Jimmy melted. And that goes for many buildings. I mean, these buildings, again, they're annoying to push. People know what you're going to do. You're going to hold, you're going to bang the door to make them think you're coming below, but you're going to jump up and get in and murder them. Obviously, they might expect you going in. That's why you have stun grenades and semtexes to kind of get in there by blocking the window with a grenade. Like bibbidi bibbidi boo, he can't look into it, and you get him. These buildings, well, you don't want to rush up the stairs. That's fine. Don't. Just come up from behind. So cars allow you for so many plays, so many possibilities, so many different entryways. They don't only give you supreme scouting and an all-around view. No, they make it able to push the most annoying building in the game, the bar. You know the bar? That's like super, super shitty to push? Well, just drive your car up, get on top, boom, surprise, motherfuckers, and then you slide it, get the next one. This is the most annoying building to push. Usually you're coming from down here, you're having your little heart beep, you're like, oh man, could he be here? Could he be here? Checking this, and then you're like, he could be here, he could be there, there could be 3 or 4, he could be sitting in this one, or right here. Yeah. We already broke that curse. We just drove our car up and we got in. Obviously, afterwards, the car will be chalked. I mean, sometimes you can get it out, but in this case, the car is mostly lost. As you can see, cars are not only driving over people. No, they will change the way how you parkour throughout the map. They will change the way how you look into buildings, how you gain information for the whole team, how you can see through windows. Don't forget to shoot the pesky windows so you can actually see through them. But also you can get on top of buildings. You can get around buildings. Cars are just meant to completely change the way how you play Warzone, and not only to drive people over. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope this little car movement guide could get you a better feeling for how to actually play Warzone. If you have been already doing this, please drop me in the comments below. Maybe you know more things than me. Maybe you have other ideas how to use cars and what you can do with it. But if you've never thought about these possibilities, please comment back also, because I would like to know how useful is this actually? Is this worth doing? Do you want more movement guides? Again, do you want to know how to push corners, how to move in general around Verdansk? We could do a video again on sprint to fire speed and how to hip fire, actually automatic sprint to fire, tac sprint fire things. All these things are possible to be done if people are interested in it, if there's a good feedback, if you want to know more, if you want to have some in-depth strategy on how I do use the cars as you have seen here and other shenanigans. Thank you for watching the YouTube and pushing our videos so hard. You're absolutely appreciated, and I hope in the future you're going to be using cars the right way in the Warzone.